Today's guest is
Strike it big, bro. They always
a special investigator for Homeland Security. Interviewed thousands of girls on his popular podcast, Fresh and Fit, and could be deemed as a professional misogynist. It is, of course, Myron Gaines.
What I tell guys, you got to adapt to the new normal. And the new normal is a lot of girls are hoes. A lot of girls don't deserve a relationship. A lot of girls don't deserve marriage. Girls will sit there and waste your time if you let them. Opening up to your girl is probably one of the biggest mistakes that mainstream media tells men to do, because what ends up happening...
I'm talking about edit.
Oh, I don't know how to react to this.
So what's the point in having a partner?
Making sandwiches and sex. When I say
This nigga is a clown, bro. Nah, Myron be Joseph, bro. Nah. That had to be like edited or something, bro. No way he said that, right?
girl,
Ain't no way Myron said that,
that's
right?
past their prime, that can't lock down a guy, or crying on TikTok because she decided to be a hoe in her 20s. I just laugh. I'm like, you f***ed up. You should have consolidated and found a guy when your value was at its highest. If you are going to get married, you need to have had sex with 50 girls.
My girlfriend, I really don't think she would respect me if I had slept with 50 girls.
She would respect you more.
I disagree.
That's adorable. What's going to happen is
Say this nigga said that's adorable, bro. Myron just gets it. Why Women Deserve Less is a great book. A big reason why I love Myron. The man keeps it real, and he definitely do. Myron is such a natural at podcasts. You won't find anyone as blunt as Myron, which is true. The comments really agreeing too.
you're going to get finessed. She's going to be a whore anyway.
Oh, that's not true. It's okay, girl. He's out there manifesting. Oh my god, that means I gotta wear a ponytail. Oh my god, this is controversial.
Shut the fuck up. You're just a loser.
Damn.
That's what it really comes down to.
Damn, nah. Myron be keeping it a buck million, bro.
Why'd you stole my outfit today?
Nigga say we don't cap around here.
I was going to start.
No, I'm going straight into it. I'm offended, mate.
Well, it's funny that you say that. So, do we want to sort of tell the fake story, or do we want to tell the real story?
Well, I want to know. I want to know why you both have to roll your cuffs up
here's the funny-
just to go.
so
Look
let's-
at me.
so let's
I've
have
got
this
a
out.
Burberry shirt.
Yep.
Ooh.
So let's have this out. So I actually saw Hamza wearing it on a podcast. Actually, funny enough, and I thought, yeah, that's sick. 2 days later, I was
Because
in
we like
flannels.
Hamza, don't we?
Yeah, although yeah.
He obviously doesn't like us.
Yeah.
Well, I hope he does.
Anyway, I
Nice chat with him. Talked about his business that he'd started just after he started watching my videos about 2.5 years ago, doing very well.
He inspired him. I said it was crazy how you can come to a completely different city and then
Yes.
run into people that have watched you.
So humbling, it's unreal, and it's so nice to hear his story. And then we're getting a Starbucks, obviously, because that's why we went there. And while we're in the queue, another guy walked up to me, and he said that he'd been watching me for years as well. And thank you for all the help I'd given him. It's just humbling, isn't it? You can come to a completely different country and people recognise you.
Yeah, and building on that, if this is actually the first time you guys have seen us, we're building out the podcast channel. And obviously, I know it's Stephen Bartlett saying, but the bigger the podcast gets, the bigger the guests get. Yeah. So if you could subscribe to the channel, that would be brilliant. Anyway, let's move on to today's guest. Today's guest has worked as a special investigator for Homeland Security, interviewed thousands of girls on his popular podcast, Fresh and Fit, and could be deemed as a professional misogynist. It is, of course, Myron Gaines.
Myron Gaines. Professional misogynist.
podcast, bro. Great to have you.
Good to see you. Yeah,
Very well,
really,
thank you,
really
bro.
good. It's taken a little bit getting together, isn't it, this one? So
So let's start off with a hard one. Why should people listen to you?
Oh,
Well, if they want to know the truth on how the world really works when it comes to making money, getting girls, being attractive in general, check us out at Fresh and Fit, man.
I think they're going to want to know all of those things.
Probably. I'm an open book. Let's go.
What are some of the ideologies that you have that really trigger people?
Man, where do I start? Men and women aren't equal. Men have to be superior to women to be attractive. Feminism is a lie. You can't be fat. There's two genders. Man, where do we go? There's a million.
Let's unpack the first one. So
Sure.
men and women aren't equal.
Yeah.
Why do you think that?
Well, I mean, we're inherently different. So by us being different, the way we view the world, our physicality,
Opposites attract.
there's just so many different gender differences. And
Masculinity and femininity works together like a dick and a pussy.
we have this crazy concept.
Look at that view, bro. That's a nice view.
And
It's a nice view.
it's just not the case. And I mean, we're better together than we are apart. And I think our differences make us more. Our differences is what makes us special.
Yeah, exactly.
Work together.
So do you
Opposites
believe
attract.
in equality of opportunity rather than like equal outcome?
Yeah, equality of opportunity is the only way to go. You know, equality of outcome is ridiculous. It doesn't work. Sounds great on paper, but it just doesn't work.
Yeah, because men and women choose different things, don't they, when they're given the right to do so.
Absolutely, and they've seen this in Scandinavian countries. Jordan Peterson talks about this. Shout out to him. That even in the most egalitarian of societies, women still pick certain types of careers, and these careers a lot of times tend to be more social because women tend to be more interested in things. People, versus men tend to be more interested in things. So when you give the genders more freedom, it's actually funny how they almost go back to their traditional wants or their, I guess you can say, genetic hardwiring.
So most women obviously don't like your views. Why do you
No.
think that is?
Well, because I tell the unflattering truths about what it takes to be attractive as a man to a woman. And what happens is when you tell guys what it really takes to be attractive, it makes women look bad sometimes. It reveals the not so nice things about female nature. And women tend to want to keep these things, close to the chest so that you don't necessarily have an advantage as a man. Because I think a woman's biggest strength a lot of times when it comes to dating and relationships is you not understanding your value as a man.
So would you say they can't handle the truth?
They definitely can't,
They
man.
can't.
If you guys don't believe me, look at the podcast, man. I tell them the truth all the time. Like, we'll pull up our delusion calculator. We'll put in, how old the guy is and how tall they want to be, how much money he makes a year. It'll be less than 1% because all women are looking pretty much for the same guy. And they'll be like, oh, he's out there, or I'm going to manifest, or some other nonsense. So, yeah, they can handle the truth. And I think a big part of that is because I could just say, be honest here.
Yep.
Just
Yep.
keep it 1,000 with y'all.
Yep.
We lie to women, man. We lie to them. We don't tell them.
Why do we do that?
Because they can't handle the truth, man. I mean, like, if a woman's fat, rude, obnoxious, we tell her, you go, girl, love your curves, and, you deserve the best, and he's out there waiting for you.
I've seen the comments on TikTok with these girls. It's
Yeah.
just wild. Thousands of positive ones.
Yeah.
But it's mainly from other girls, and are they actually lying to each other?
Yes, they lying dead to each other's face, bro. They tell Lizzo all the time, love your curves, girl. You go, queen, with her fat, sloppy, cheesy ass.
They do. And what's funny? It's actually very interesting. And I'll pause the show anytime this happens. I'll tell the girl like an unflattering truth or something that like hurts their feelings, right? Like, this man that you're looking for probably isn't looking for you. All the girls on the pod will be like, oh, that's not true. It's okay, girl. He's out there, manifested, blah, blah, blah. And they give each other terrible advice. I've always said that single girls perpetually keep each other single because they don't tell each other the truth about what it takes to actually be attractive and, most importantly, retain a man. Most girls are good at attaining a man, but they suck at retaining a man for a long-term relationship.
And what do you think the reasons behind that are? Why can they not retain a man in the modern age?
Well, we live in a world where we don't really hold women accountable for their poor decisions.
Mhm.
We tell them it's
Agree.
okay for them to be hoes, for them to be fat, for
Agree.
them to be obnoxious, for them to be rude, for them to be unfeminine, for them to be masculine, competitive, all these just unattractive traits. And we don't tell them what it really takes for them to be attractive because there's no negative consequences for their poor behavior. Versus a man, right? If you're a loser, reality smacks you in the face and reminds you that you're a loser. If you're fat, girls don't want to suck your dick. If you're ugly, girls tell you you're ugly. If you're a bum, girls won't want to go on dates with you. Like, there's always negative reinforcements for your inadequacies as a man. However, there's not negative reinforcements for a woman's inadequacies. So she's able to kind of go through life like, ooh, everything is
To be honest, you really can't disagree with that, bro. You can't really disagree with that, bro. Most women aren't, bro.
blah, blah, blah. It's not really till they get older and they realize that they no longer qualify and or don't qualify for the man that they think they deserve that reality hits them. But a lot of times by that point, it's too late. They're 30 years old, settled in their career, not as attractive. And, they've been just having casual sex and they think, well, let me go ahead and try to find a guy at the end of the road. And that's just not how the way the world works.
Do you think your view of women is skewed because you have certain women on your podcast and are in the social media space, whereas there are more high quality women out there that you don't see on a day-to-day basis?
Fantastic question. So we really pride ourselves on bringing girls from different demographics. We brought girls in that have master's degrees, bachelor's degrees. At the beginning of every show, we go around the table.
Yeah, that's a lot of that's one of the main points that they do not understand about Fresh and Fit. Oh, Fresh and Fit just bring on Miami girls that are hoes. Of course, Miami girls are gonna be hoes. No, bro. They got Australians, Russians, girls from the UK, bro. They got girls all over the place that just come. That obviously they like to visit Miami. They're not from Miami, not born in Miami, bro. So that shows you like that's just modern women, bro.
How old are you? Where are you from? What do you do for work? What's your highest education level completed? What's your profession? And, we do get a good amount of girls that are involved in, OnlyFans or models or musicians or whatever, but we do get a good amount of professionals as well. And what I've realized is the more education and the more money a girl earns, the more stuck in her ways she is as to what she thinks she deserves from the opposite gender. For example, if she has a master's degree, makes $100,000 per year, she's gonna want
I think he going off track of the question.
a guy that makes at least 120, if not more, and is at her same level of education and or competence. So being educated and being intelligent, though I'm not, faulting girls for being that way, but it does limit their ability to find the man that they want, because women typically date across or above social hierarchies versus men, we're cool with dating down, right? So if anything, education, etc., doesn't really help. It exacerbates the problem. Now, as far as like girls, being good girls, everything, we do get a good amount of good girls that come on the show. We've had a few virgins, girls that,
Say they're virgins.
which is
That's what I
probably
was
cap.
thinking.
But the funny part is this: the girls that are quiet a lot of the times that people don't really pay attention to, whatever, those are the smart ones because they agree with what we're saying. But women are not confrontational, so they don't want to go ahead and be like, he's right, you girls are stupid. They'll just be quiet. And then after the show, they'll be like, yeah, those girls were stupid. So, but those are the girls that people don't really see or hear from because they don't say much.
Why do so many men see themselves as victim of their circumstances? But to be honest, they're not bothered about doing anything about it.
Well, I mean, we got a lot of soy boys, man. I think we got a lack of role models. We got a lot of
Yep,
guys that
I
sit
agree.
there and say, kind of, see, because here's the problem. When you're a guy and you're a loser, reality smacks you in the face. But we don't really have guys that give people solutions to get out of their situation and tell them, oh, no, it's okay, feel sad. You deserve better, participation trophies, etc.
Take some antidepressants. Yeah, you're doing good, buddy.
Softened up society.
Instead of guiding them out, bro.
This is why so many guys are
Giving them a pat to follow.
Hey, you can't sit there and cry. It's unacceptable to be fat. It's unacceptable to be incompetent. It's unacceptable to be a loser. I got a lot of slack for saying stop smoking weed, don't do drugs. I came from a law enforcement background, so I was like very, straight edge. I rarely even drink myself, even though it's haram. But, I think if we told guys the truth that like, hey, you need to cut out this BS, right? Whether it's pot or alcohol or chasing after girls, and you really have to become a somebody, more guys would take it seriously. But we tell guys it's okay to be mediocre.
And they drink, which is a depressant,
Yeah.
all at the time they're in their prime when they could be really going forward and going for it and making something of themselves.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, your 20s, I've said it, you kind of, I don't want to say you have to sacrifice your 20s all the way, but you need to take that time to really like build your empire, because that's when you're going to have the most.
Bro, you can still have fun here and there, bro. I'm grinding my ass out too, but I still, like, this is fun for me, bro. So, like, I found something that I could do, playing the game, reacting. I like to watch YouTube. So, boom, just combine that to become a content creator or something, bro. Like, what you like to do, just turn that into a way of making money so it's not as boring. Because I could sit here and stream forever. I could play the game forever. That's why you just stream it or whatever, bro. And what else he said?
It's energy. Your testosterone is the highest. You're really going to build that foundation from which you're going to build your castle. And if you don't take your 20s seriously, later. Now,
Okay, that's what I'm talking about, the 20s. Yeah, but yeah, you can still go out and have fun sometimes, bro. Like, I'm not outside partying every day like the rest of these fucking losers that's gonna be broke in a couple of years, bro. Because that's not where I want to be. But yeah, you gotta sacrifice all of that, really. I still go have fun sometimes, bro. But it's like once every 3 months or something like that.
does that mean you could wake up at 30 years old and figure things out? Of course, you absolutely can. But you're not going to have the same energy level. You're not going to have the same persistence. And unfortunately, you might not have the same amount of time because you might have a family at that point, you might have a kid, and you have other responsibilities. So your 20s is really when you build that foundation. But so many guys are okay with pissing it away with smoking weed or doing drugs or partying, and it's just not an acceptable
They
way to
think
go.
that that's living life, but what they don't realize, if they put
Yeah.
the work in, made some money, then you'd really be living life.
Yep.
By doing it.
Yep, exactly, bro. Sacrifice, living.
Absolutely.
Good point.
And I've
Good
always said
point. Good point.
typically, things that give you front end pleasure almost always lead to back end pain, versus things that give you front end pain almost always lead to back end pleasure. For example, if you take your 20s and you party, you have a great time. Woo, yeah, this is lit. I'm raging. Like, that's cool and all, but what's gonna probably happen is you're gonna get a beer gut. Your metabolism is gonna slow down. You're not gonna have a good physique. You're gonna be short of some cash. You could have missed out on some opportunities when you were younger, and then it's gonna lead to some back end pain. Versus if you had exercised that discipline and focused on yourself, went to the gym, abstained from girls for a little bit, didn't make it the focus. You know, if you want to, womanize every now and then, that's one thing, but you didn't make it the focus and you really saved your money up, etc. Didn't splurge like an idiot. Well, when you get to 27, 29, 30, 30 plus, you're going to have all these extra resources and life will be better. So, going to the gym, not partying. Like most of my 20s, I drink a little bit more now than I did.
I had to turn on the fan. Yeah, my fault. It got
I
hot.
was an athlete. So all these things kept me away from doing stupid stuff.
I think people sort of fool themselves about drink as well, because when I used to hear my friends chatting, because I really don't drink much, it doesn't agree with me, don't really like it, so never have.
Yeah.
But they'd be like, oh yeah, we had a great weekend last weekend. Oh yeah, you were so sick, I was so sick, and oh what a great time. Can't really remember it.
Yeah.
Well, what was that a great time?
Yeah.
I don't think so. It wasn't an experience, was it?
No, I mean, you don't even remember it. Every now and then, I've always said, because here's the thing, people make the occasion to drink versus drinking for the occasion. And I've always said, if you drink for the occasion, well, then it's something maybe special, maybe enjoying something with some friends. Hey, it is what it is. But a lot of people make the occasion to drink. Oh, it's, Monday the 12th, let's do it. Woo! Because some random situation happened on the 12th 5 years ago. It's like, no, man, you got to, if you are going to drink, make it worth it, because you're going to lose gains in the gym. You're going to get a headache. You're going to get a hangover. Your next day is not going to be as productive. So make it worth it. Plan it out properly. And, it is what it is. You got to live life to some degree. But when it's all you do, or you're just a functioning alcoholic, that's when problems arise.
Yeah,
So
agree.
the best bit is you've buggered yourself for the next day, haven't you?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
I mean, you can write that off.
Yeah. It's pretty much L for the next day.
You talk about simps a lot on your podcast. I was wondering, what's the difference between a simp and a gentleman?
So
Good question.
And I talk about this in my book, Why Women Deserve Less. So
Great title.
Yeah, I was just about to say, what a great
I
time.
saw it on the floor earlier. I was like, oh.
yeah,
Doesn't the less stand for something else as well?
the less.
Yeah, I thought that.
So I could show you.
Yeah, go on. I know it stands for something.
It's here. Where it go? Yeah, so I got it in paperback and hardcover and Kindle, of course. So the L is less money, right?
Yeah.
The E is less marriages, right? Because we all know marriage is an institution not set up for men to succeed. Less social media attention, and then the last S is less time. And what I want, this book really is about guys prioritizing themselves, right? It's a catchy title and everything else like that. But I have it in the first page, right? So we don't have a bunch of angry misogynists. This book does not call for refusing to help your fellow human if it's a human, if it's a woman, nor does it call for refusing to work, interact, or socialize with women in society. It is to prevent you from wasting your resources on the unreciprocated romantic pursuit of women to the point it ruins your life. So that's basically what I'm all about, is getting guys to not waste their time on girls that, quite frankly, don't care about them. That's really the thing. It's, being a gentleman, there's nothing wrong with being a gentleman, but in today's day and age, in 2023 and beyond, we live in a world now where women don't appreciate chivalry. Dave Chappelle famously said chivalry is dead and women killed it, and I agree with him 100%. Nice guys get punished for being nice guys. So how guys have to approach dating in today's day and age, in the modern age, is you be a gentleman to the girls that deserve it, okay? Because most girls, right, they'll size you up if you're too nice up front. Oh, let me see what I can get out of this guy, etc. Especially if she's attractive. Because what a lot of men don't understand is that attractive women are bombarded by men all day. Hey, you want to come to Dubai? I'll fly you here. Oh, you want to come to LA? You want to come to Miami? You want to come to this video shoot, etc.? You want to come on this boat? Oh, I got a section at this club. So girls literally live life on easy mode when it comes to socializing with the opposite gender. So for you as a man, for you to not get put in that category of all these other simps that are offering her something that she didn't necessarily have to work for, you have to make her earn that gentleman type treatment. I'm not saying treat women poorly, but you got to figure out which women deserve it and which ones don't. And the reality is most women, quite frankly, don't deserve to be treated like
a queen.
Deserve your gentleman treatment.
Yep.
They got to earn it, because if they don't earn it,
And then that's when simping come in at, bro. Like, niggas become, I forgot me on Twitch, bro. Like, a limp is somebody that's giving a girl resources without her not really, okay, let me not say it like that. A simp is, I keep saying that word. A limp is somebody that's like a nigga that's pedestalizing a woman, giving all his value, his time, money, his resources, and she not investing back into him at all. She just using him, and he too dumb to realize that, bro. Then
they don't respect it.
You mentioned nice guys. Do you think that nice guys always get burnt?
Of course, nice guys finish last all the time.
I agree the same,
Yeah.
90%, I think so, yeah.
And in today's day and age, it's even worse, right? It used to be you could show up on a first date and give a girl flowers and it'd be okay. Can't do that no more. She's gonna think you're a sucker. She's like, oh, you know.
I mean,
let me
I
see what
gave
else
my
can get.
girlfriend flowers on her first date, and she liked it. I actually got her mum flowers as well.
Yeah.
Nah, but you probably got an exception to the rule, my brother.
Okay. Well, you got lucky, but most girls will look at that and be like, "Oh, this guy's a sucker," and let me see what I can get.
I
out
mean,
of him.
beforehand, I didn't speak to her much on Instagram, so I made her work for it in that regard.
Oh.
And then afterwards,
that doesn't count. Then
Oh.
you screened her. Like
Yeah,
you, cause so you guys had to have a conversation before you met up,
and then I wasn't getting anything back for a while, so I just ghosted her for a couple of months.
Oh,
and then
there you go.
she came back to me.
That's the way the
Nah, that's
Good.
the that's how
that was just obvious.
they understand it,
And
bro.
the flowers were all right.
I'm surrounded by absolute G's.
Who happened to be wearing the same shirts.
It's the Burberry boys.
But if you want to be surrounded by absolute G's, then you should definitely join our exclusive free Discord community.
I'm already in now.
And the link to join that is down below in the description.
And with hundreds of thousands of you now watching our videos, it'd be really nice if more of you subscribed and we can get over.
They should
that.
launch a course. They got a lot of people in there. They should launch a course. It's probably what they planning on doing in the future. Stack up the Discord right now. All entrepreneurs join, blah, blah, blah. Then sell a course. They all start paying. That's smart as hell, bro. Smart ass marketing.
100,000 barrier and have a big old celebration.
So as Dad says, join the Strike It Big tribe by subscribing, and we will see you in all the next podcasts. Anyway, back to this episode.
And the thing is that I tell guys all the time, right? It takes two to get finessed, and if girl finesses you, it's your fault. Like you should have been able to read the signs and know. And what I tell guys is, a girl will use you for your time, attention, and resources if you don't nip it in the butt quickly.
Yep.
So I tell guys, like, see if the girl's interested in you you'll know from the first date, right? Or even when you're texting with her or when you're talking with her. But a lot of guys will sit there and take a girl out on 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 dates, and she doesn't even kiss them. And it's like, oh, I'm just waiting. And it's like, no, dude, like, stop wasting your time on girls that don't care about you, because girls will sit there and waste your time if you let them.
I just want to be friends.
Yeah, but do you think men and women can be friends, though?
Absolutely not. Absolutely.
Why not?
Why not?
Well, here's the thing. There's always exceptions to the rule, right? Of course, like maybe there's a situation where if you were to hook up with her, there'd be dire social consequences. Maybe you guys work together, whatever. That's cool. But I would consider that more of an associate type relationship, not necessarily
How
friends.
about if the guy actually just doesn't fancy the girl?
That's rare, though. Most guys will sleep with anything. Now, are there situations like that? For sure. But
There are definitely situations like that. I've got a friend in business who ran a sports shop, and she had a particularly hard time. And she basically wanted me to help her through that bad time, and I didn't want anything from it. She didn't want anything from it. It was it's purely that. And I think it is possible to have friends that are girls, but I think it is, as you say, it is quite rare.
it's rare. And then, I mean, if I'm going to be all the way honest, it's pointless too. Like girls don't really offer men much utility,
How about emotional support? So if you wanted to speak to someone, you wouldn't really go to your boys and have a cry.
Nah, I definitely go to my
It's
boys.
not something I would do,
No,
but I might do that with my girlfriend,
Hell no. It's the
No,
opposite
don't
for me.
ever
Don't do that.
cry.
Don't ever cry in front of your girl, bro.
See, I'd rather
not
go to the
necessarily
boys
a
than-
cry, but I wouldn't open up to my boys the same way that I would to.
See, I'd open up.
What? I'll open up with my boys before my girl. What the fuck? Bro, your girl is your future wife, the mother of your kids. Y'all gonna start a family. She chose you because you're a problem solver. Something go wrong, flat tire, boom, problem solver. Toilet broke, boom, problem solver. If you crying when shit get hard, bro, what type of problem solver are you, bro? Or when it just gonna cry all the time? What type of, bro?
More to my boys.
There you go.
Yeah,
That's
so
the way
I'm
it
going to
is.
my boy.
What's wrong with you, son?
No, you
W
don't
dad.
open up to us, but you do open up to mum.
Yeah, that's true.
No, not in the same way.
But that's back in the days, though, bro. Hey, we don't live in the same day and age no more, my boy.
But then I've been with my wife, 20 years married and nearly 30 years together. It's a little bit of a different situation, I think.
Yeah, and then they dated at a different time, bro. This is 2023, bro. You don't cry in front of your girl, bro.
Do you think men have that kind of emotional side to them?
Of course.
Of course, bro. It's inhumane not to have emotions. What the hell?
Of course. And I think guys need to
Even animals have
I think
emotions.
guys need to open up with other individuals that share the same struggles. And I think men understand what men go through, but women don't, man. Women, actually, to be honest with y'all, women have zero, number one, knowledge and or care for the male experience and or struggle, because in 2023, right, in modern day society, women live life on easy mode because they're able to enjoy all the same rights and privileges as men, while simultaneously being able to get privileges and accesses that only women get, being treated like a lady, etc. So women are able to kind of double dip treatment in a way. So I would say opening up to your girl is probably one of the biggest mistakes that mainstream media tells men to do, because what ends up happening is, now, are there women out there that will accept, crying on her shoulder, etc.? Of course, there's always going to be. But why open up Pandora's box? Because some girls might not know how to respond to it, because it's raw male emotion, right? It might turn her off. She might say, "Oh, I don't know how to react to this."
Well, if you say, babe, I'm feeling a bit stressed, I just need to chill for a bit, and I want to chill with female energy, rather than crying on their shoulder. Versus if
Yeah, that's different. If you
said the same thing to a guy, he'd be like, "Oh, you need to do this to fix your issue. This."
Yeah, cause ain't that's what. If you stress, sad, or something, I mean you have a problem. You want the problem fixed. And you literally just said that you would, if you go to your guy friends, they'll find a way to help you fix the problem. But if you go to your woman friends, she's just gonna pamper you and all that. You want the problem fixed. You go to your partners.
And maybe at that time you don't want to, certainly fix it. You just want to chill, relax,
No such thing. What the hell? You got a problem, fix it.
de-stress.
I would say do it by yourself. Don't,
Really?
you don't need a woman.
So what's the point in having a partner if that's not what they're for?
Making sandwiches and sex.
He
say you're
said,
going through something, right?
he said that this thing. I disagree right there too. Making surgeons and sex. I disagree right there.
You're better off figuring it out, getting it fixed on your own, coming and saying, "All right, hey, we had a little issue, but it's fixed." Versus, "Oh, I need this, blah blah blah." Like, women aren't really deductive problem solvers, and I know that. Oh, that's so sexist, but reality shows it. Look at the world you see behind us. There's these beautiful buildings, etc. They're built by men, not women, right? Women are not deductive problem solvers.
I
It would
always think women want to tell you their problems, but don't want to fix. Whereas
Exactly.
guys tell
Yeah, women want their problem solved. Men are the problem solvers.
you a problem that they want to fix for.
Exactly, which is why I think going and telling your guy friends, though, they might ridicule you about it, make fun of you or whatever, they're going to give you a solution. Versus a girl is going to say, "Oh, it's okay, blah, blah, blah," but she's not going to give you a solution. And you can't blame her, because women don't understand the male experience at all.
So what makes a good leader then?
It's got to be a guy. It can never be a woman. Women are not
Never.
designed to lead. Nah, man. Nah, maybe she could lead in, figuring out what color to paint the house or something. Maybe not even that. Maybe the sheets on the bed, something like that.
Is there not any scenario? Can Kylie Jenner not lead Kylie Skin well?
Men are leaders. Women are.
Or
Come on, we know
What
that.
I
We know
realized
that.
is
Women are
that
followers. Come on.
Women in leadership roles, they'll lead you all right to the end of the relationship. And the reason why is because women typically want to be in their feminine energy. They don't want to be in their masculine energy. And what I've realized is when a girl's in her masculine energy and she's leading things, she ends up starting getting frustrated, annoyed, flustered, and she's going to bear that out on you a lot of the times, right? Like, your inadequacy as a male to lead and your lack of masculinity is going to have to come up and manifest through her, and she's going to be annoyed by it. So can women lead in some situations? Yes, but it has to be short, nuanced. Maybe it's she knows a certain thing in this moment in time, and she can quickly, "Oh, I know this, blah, 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 cool," and then bam, you go back right again and take over the frame. The point is that the man's got to control the frame of the relationship, the overall frame.
How about not in a relationship?
yeah, what
though?
about in business?
Yeah, so no, I was thinking, for example, like the Prime Minister of Germany,
Yeah.
like when you're in peace times, maybe a feminine energy is better because it's not as aggressive and you don't create wars.
No. Need that masculine energy, because the thing is, I want people to understand is that women are absolutely capable and able, but does that mean that they're optimal? No. That's my point. They can do everything a man can do, 100%. But are they optimal at it? A lot of the times, no. Especially when it comes to leadership, masculine roles.
What are some things that women
My micro on mute the whole time. I said I disagree right there, right? Fuck it. I just forgot.
can do better than guys can?
They're socially superior to us, absolutely, in every way. For example, a girl can walk into a room, size up the whole situation. That guy's friend zone. That girl's a bitch. This girl seems a little weird. This girl's on her period, whatever. It's amazing how they're able to size up social situations immediately, right? And the thing is that it's like,
Hold on, what was the bro question?
example, a girl can walk in leadership, masculine roles.
I mean, chips, that's why I got the mic on mute.
Things that women can do better than guys can.
Oh, women could, bro. That's the beauty about masculinity and femininity. Men have their things that they're good at. Women have their things that they're good at. When those two come together, it makes a beautiful, happy, loving family, some kids, and boom, it repeat. They get their family, whatever. Boom, it repeat. Women, bro, the nurturers, the carers, like Myron said, bro, the socials, bro. Cause shit.
They're socially superior to us. Absolutely in every way. For example, a girl can walk into a room, size up the whole situation. That guy's friend zone. That girl's a bitch. This girl seems a little weird. This girl's on her period, whatever. It's amazing how they're able to size up social situations immediately, right? And the thing is that it's like God-given. Like a girl that's, I'm 33 now. If you brought some 18-year-old in here, she'd be able to size up the room faster than me probably. And I've been studying this stuff for a while. So women are very socially aware and keen to what's going on. This is why, like, when a guy comes up to them and they're not confident, etc., that's why women screen so hard for confidence. Because when a guy comes up to them and they're unsure of how they move or whatever, they're like, oh, this is low value behavior. This guy probably doesn't have friends. This guy is awkward, is strange. I'm turned off. I'm good. Even though he's handsome, he's weird. I'm good. But they're able to pick that up just off of, they call it the vibes, right? And, the vibes and the energy is a really shitty way of saying they're able to pick up on social awareness.
So how does a guy build their confidence in a real way rather than just faking it?
Getting in the gym, number one. I say that's always like the number one foundation, right?
Starting with getting in the gym is goated.
With a barbell on your back or do pull-ups or other very difficult exercises. It's going to build a good amount of confidence in your body. Then from there, you need to definitely, make money, right? Being successful is extremely important. And then you got to deal with women and you got to have multiple girls. And I know people say, oh my God, that's so controversial.
Multiple girls at the same time?
100%, man. Yeah, absolutely.
If they know about each other or...
Well, I'm honest about it.
Yeah.
I tell girls all the time, I'm never going to be monogamous to you. Like, that's stupid. But, I don't knock guys that are monogamous, but I think a big part, in especially modern day dating, of keeping girls in line is having other girls in line.
When I was young, a girl was either good looking or not, or maybe 2 beers good looking. So nowadays you rate them generally out of 10. Mm-hmm. So how do you go about rating women? What factors you take into account?
Only looks?
Well, what factors, period?
Yeah. So so if I'm gonna go looks, right? She can't be fat. I like girls that go to the gym and train. But if a personality, she's got to be compliant. That's number one. If it's gonna be a girl, I'm gonna take any somewhat serious. She's got to be compliant, submissive. Because if she's not, nothing is gonna work. Because she's gonna challenge my authority. She's not gonna listen to me, etc. Cause a headache, and I don't care how hot she is. If she's not submissive, sex only category. Never take her seriously. And then from there, she's got to be polite. She's got to be feminine.
When you say submissive,
yeah.
Do you want to give us a definition of that fully?
Sure. Because a lot of feminists tend to get this messed up and be like, oh my God, does that mean I got to wear a ball and chain and cook for you and slave for you? No, it means...
Bro, submission got such a negative connotation to it, bro. I say this every single time, bro. Submission isn't nothing but a woman that trusts her man's leadership and trusts his guidance, bro. That's all submission is, bro. They look at it as, oh, I got to put an apron on. Yes, sir. I'm on it right now, sir. Thank you, sir. Bro, but it's not like that at all, bro. It's just a woman trusting her man to lead, bro. It's simple.
Understanding.
And she follow his lead.
That I'm the man, you're the woman. I lead the relationship.
Exactly.
And you follow me. And the thing about submission that women don't understand is that it actually takes a very strong woman to submit, because she's got to be able to understand her man's competence, say okay, and then relinquish that authority, which is actually very powerful when a woman can do it. See, a lot of modern day women look at submission as a bad thing, when in reality it's a very good thing. Because when you submit, it lets you be in your feminine energy, it lets the man take over, and it puts the genders in their natural roles, in their natural states, and the relationship works out better that way.
Are there enough strong guys out there for women to be able to submit?
Hell no.
There's strong women that don't want to submit.
Yeah, so, and this is a very complex issue.
It really is, bro, because the women are more masculine and the niggas are bitches are niggas, bro. And it's a huge problem, bro. Women are more masculine, the niggas are more feminine, bro.
Because what's happening now is, and I blame both genders for this, by the way. I don't blame just women.
Same.
But
if I'm talking to a man and if I'm talking to a male audience, I'll say it's the men's fault. If I'm talking to like a woman's artist, I say that's a woman's fault, bro. But I'm speaking in general, like on a podcast, something like that. I say it's both genders' fault for
Realize
sure.
issues from the female side because no one talks about them. But the reality is it's a two-pronged issue. So from the issue, right, is that you got women that are becoming high achievers, going to college, out earning men, especially in the West, whether it's United States, United Kingdom, etc. Women dominate university attendance, right?
Yeah.
Which is a big predicator on how much money you earn. So they're becoming more educated, making more money, becoming more successful, getting further along in their careers. Well, unfortunately for women, as they make more money and becomes more successful, their demand for a man on the same level goes up alongside it. And more guys are not going to college because, you know, colleges are indoctrination camps nowadays. And they're very, very feminine, right? Very toxic, right? Very left-leaning and liberal. And this is not a good space for a lot of guys. So guys are kind of opting out of college. Well, as a part of, and then you got pornography, video games, men not being as social, got a lot of guys being single, etc. All these things play into it where you have an abundance of women that are successful and competent, and you got a lot of guys that are walking away from the job market, addicted to porn, addicted to video games, etc. So it's just not matching up because women's standards are going up while guys are simultaneously going
So
down.
what's the solution to this? Is it less women going and becoming educated?
In my opinion, it's just the men gotta step up, bro.
Or is it for the guys to actually step it up
And women gotta step down.
a notch and become more educated?
Guys got to step their game up. But
Yep.
Guys
women-
need to be educated though, because you can just have competence, build
No,
a
they
business.
don't.
You
They
don't have to be educated.
College is a scam. I mean, I'm a college grad myself, but like, I mean, looking back, like, yeah, college a lot of times is a scam if you're not majoring in something that's going to actually get you a career. But
Yep.
guys definitely need to step it up.
Agreed.
And they need to get their
Incompetence.
competence up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Like-
isn't it hard for guys to step it up when society's trying to push them down?
It's very hard, bro. Yeah, y'all be surprised. You would be surprised on the daily how many times I hear, one thing you want to do is sit down on the chair, sit at the desk all day. You'll be very surprised, bro. I don't think, I probably got like 3 people that don't nag me for doing what I do or don't fucking hate or whatever, bro. Yeah, they just want you to be feminine, waste all your money. Like, just, bro, like, you know, just wasting time completely instead of, bro, me wanting to become a millionaire, bro.
Absolutely. And that's the thing, you know, when you keep the,
Then I want to go work out. Only thing you want to do is go hit the gym. You want to go work out. Fuck up.
when you keep the fighting age males down, well, what are you able to do? You're able to control society, and women are more impressionable. Women are more, how do I say this? They're more group thinkers than they are independent thinkers. And it's easier to control a society when there's weak men and women running the situation. And this is not my opinion or what I think, and all the women that might, you're a misogynist, blah, blah, blah. Women are 100% group thinkers and followers, and they're consumers. And the 80% of the consumer base is female, and they control 3/4 of the debt. This isn't by, you know, accident. You know, women are inherent followers. That's what they do. When you look at trends, when you look at music, when you look at advertisers, right? Advertisers purposely target women in their ads. This is why they make the guy look like a bumbling fool. This is why sitcoms since the 90s have been making the men look foolish. And we prop women up because when you prop women up, they're more likely to buy. I've always said it. When you lie, women buy. But it's funny because some of these, you know, feminist propaganda people, right? Like Beyonce, who I talk about all the time. She says, oh, all the single ladies, you know, I'm a strong, independent woman. You're replaceable, blah, blah, blah. The reality is, who's she with? She's with Jay-Z, who has a higher net worth than her. He's cheated on her before. Did she leave him? No, because the reality is she's the replaceable one. But we don't tell, right, men about their value. We, you know, uplift women all the time, but we don't tell them that, hey, there are limits to your power. We don't tell them. We don't tell them that, hey, find a guy when you're still young and beautiful, right? Get a career and everything, that's cool, but make sure that you find a man while you're, you know, going up on your trajectory, and find a guy that's on your level or that's on the incline, which we tell girls, have fun, be hoes, enjoy your 20s, and then there'll be a nice guy waiting for you at the end of the line. And that's not how it goes. And that's how a lot of these people like Beyonce, Cardi B, it's don't cook, don't clean, but still got a ring. Like, there's so much propaganda in the West that lies to women. But when you lie to women, that's how you get them to buy.
Yep.
Do you think that you have to be physically big to be masculine for a man? It's not for me.
A trait, bro, a masculine part of being a man is being capable of violence, bro. And in order to be capable of violence, you need to be in shape, bro. You need to be able to protect your family, bro. So
It's not for me.
No, you don't. It's all.
but you don't need to be super buff or nothing, bro. You definitely need to hit the gym.
Obviously.
I prefer to be more, you know, bulk and shit. Cause when niggas see the arm, shut your bitch ass up. Yeah, you know, they ain't gonna talk crazy to you, bro. You know, you get a different respect for people that's in shape more than you if you see a fat person. If a fat person, like, it's a fat person, but it's a fat dude. Like, what the fuck you gonna tell me? Slap the shit out you. You know?
The way you carry yourself, I
So
think
hit the gym. Fat fucks.
guy who's shorter, right? Even if you're shorter, you know, you can build a really
Hit the
great
gym,
physique
bro.
easier, right?
Hit the gym.
Not necessarily easier, but like, you know, 30 pounds of muscle is gonna go a long
Welcome
way
to the real world.
when you're under 6 feet tall. And I tell all guys that are under 6 feet tall, you have to go to the gym. You don't have a choice.
Yeah, I'm working on it now, but it's
Yeah.
not an easy journey.
It's
though. I'm a
tough.
hard gainer for
Yeah.
sure. It's difficult.
Yeah.
And I started late as well. I
Oh, he trying to start bulking.
wish I got on it earlier now.
My bulking, my bulking stage was terrible, bro. I was a skinny little twig, obviously, bro. But the way it's like the way I was bulking, I wanted to get big, bro. But I was doing uncontrollably. I was eating without working out. Like, I wasn't working out at all. I was just eating. Oh yeah, I'm just gonna get big and it's just gonna fit into my muscle, bro. Instead of me adding more calories to my my daily intake or whatever, bro, and then, you know, working out and shit, bro. But I mean, it's cool. I went from twig to fat to almost in shape, I guess.
I'm just an idiot, but yeah.
And I was
No, I'm in shape now, I think.
Yeah, you got to force feed yourself.
Pretty sure,
you
though.
know, whether it's like eating these like weight gainer shakes before you go to bed
Yeah.
or whatever. But I definitely understand.
We
that
keep
struggle
saying
now.
that to him. He keeps saying, but I'm not.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's another thing. Shakes to help him get the calories he needs too, for sure.
Yeah, I'm halfway through the meal and I'm like just really trying to get it down. You know,
Yeah.
it's difficult.
One tip is put olive oil in your protein shakes. You won't taste it, and you'll be able to get a good amount of calories in without even.
Where you think it makes a big difference?
And I'll eat before I go to sleep. That will help me get fat faster too, bro. I was eating before I go to sleep, bro. But in his case, drink a shake before you go to sleep, bro.
Olive
And just
oil-
sit there, you gain weight.
Well, olive oil, it's very calorie dense. That's why. Not 1 gram of fat is 9 calories. So if you put a couple tablespoons of that, bam, you just upped up like 400 or 500 calories without even trying.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah, put it in your protein shake. You won't even taste it, and you get the extra calories.
Yeah, I never even thought about that. That's
Yeah,
cool.
little hack.
Could you ever fall head over heels in love with a woman?
I'll have love for a woman, but I'll never fall head over heels for a woman. And that's because when a guy falls in love with a girl, you put yourself in a very compromising situation where rational thought goes out the window and you start to think with this head versus this head. And that's when you start doing really stupid things as a guy.
So do you have to stop yourself falling head over heels in love with a woman?
Nah, you just gotta be aware.
It hasn't happened yet, but I predict at some point it'll probably end up happening and I'll have to like snap myself out of it. But yeah, I mean, falling head over heels for a woman is very dangerous as a man, especially in today's day and age where, you know, the divorce courts are real. You know, getting married is just an unacceptable option nowadays, right? With the state being involved, right? And here's the thing, it sucks because I believe in a nuclear family, and to have a nuclear family, you need a mom and a dad, and being married is obviously the best way to do it. So I think the best way to go about it in the Western world is you got to do it where the state isn't involved.
So here's something we never had in my day, and that was a thing called a head count, right? So for your wife to be, what's an acceptable head count for her?
Body
Body
count.
count. Oh,
Head
that's
count.
Well, that's what I mean. So I always think it because some,
Head count.
Wait,
I
wait,
thought like a head count, yeah.
I'm sorry, but it's because Andrew Tate said it should be on their forehead.
Oh, yeah,
didn't he?
yeah, yeah,
So I
yeah.
always think of it as a head count.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Give me a hook. Give me a hook.
Well, maybe how many times she's given
Head
I don't know. But anyway,
Man,
so
what OG know about that, man?
what's an acceptable body count for your future wife?
man, she got to be damn near a virgin, to be honest. Because
How close to virgin is that then?
at this point, if I'm going to be married to her, no more than 3, probably absolute max. If she's going to be, even that, I'm kind of like,
And I'm told these days that is very hard to find.
that's
I'm glad I found me a virgin.
incredibly hard to find. And I'm completely aware of the fact that that is a very hard standard. I'm not going to be like the delusional girls that come on the show, right? Women want to invest in a man's future. Men do not want to invest in a woman with a past. And that's just how it goes. Women are interested in the future. Men are interested in the past. And I think the sooner a girl understands that they have inherent value and they have to protect it, the better off they're going to be in the long run to find their guy. But we lie to girls and tell them, oh yeah, like, go ahead and do whatever you want. But yeah, a girl that has a high body count yeah, she loses value because she doesn't have temperance. She doesn't have discipline. I would say a girl that has a high body count is the equivalent to a guy that smokes pot and, you know, eats Cheetos all day in his mom's basement.
Loser.
When you say marriage really isn't worth it in the Western world,
Yeah.
do you think that's having a negative influence on that, you know, family unit that is productive in the future? Because lots of guys will listen to you and think, yeah, well, I'm never going to get married. I'm just going to sleep with multiple people, and the whole problem is exacerbated.
Well, I think what I'm doing is I'm teaching guys how to acclimate to the current situation. So the problem is, I wish it was 1950. Women were traditionally feminine. They came from a two-parent household. Their father raised them right. They had a mom that taught them how to be a lady.
True.
And you know, you met a girl and she was a dutiful girlfriend / wife ready to go. But those days are gone. So what I tell guys, you got to adapt to the new normal. And the new normal is a lot of girls are hoes. A lot of girls don't deserve a relationship. A lot of girls don't deserve marriage. And if you are going to get married, you need to have some things in place. And I know this is kind of controversial, but this is what I tell guys. I tell them you need to be at least 35 years old, have had sex with 50 girls, have making 6 figures a year, 6 months to 1 year in savings, and you're in shape. Now, before everyone goes, oh my God, what the hell?
Yeah, but like, why 50 girls?
Okay,
Because
so
my body count's significantly less.
okay, fair
But
enough.
I feel like, you know, being with one girl for a long time and having, you know, a partner and learning the ins and outs of it is enough. You know, you don't need to see multiple women because it devalues you as a man. Do you respect yourself?
And then that's where I disagree with him at. He said it devalues you as a man if you sleep with a lot of women. It's the complete opposite. It actually shows your value as a man. If you are attracted by multiple, if you are attractive to majority of women, you have obviously had to accomplish something in your life that was difficult, because those women wouldn't be attracted to you unless you achieve something that most don't. And women are attracted to men that other women want. That makes sense. If that makes sense, bro. So yeah, I disagree with him, bro. You sleep with a lot of women, bro. That shows your value as a man. That you definitely that nigga. Shit.
As much when you sleep with multiple women?
This is a view that I share.
I
as
don't,
well.
Yeah,
I
you
don't
guys-
want. I don't
okay.
want to give it away too easy. You
We,
know?
we
We're
made
the prize.
we made a very good case for monogamy to Sneeko.
Okay.
We had him sort of rethinking his life, I think.
Yeah, I see my energy as something I want to retain, and I don't
agree.
want to go out there and share it with every girl. You know, they have to be someone special for me to spend time with them. I'd rather put it into my businesses and make myself more successful.
And to each is their own. But do most men want to do that, or do most men want to have sex?
But he's still 24.
Yeah. So that's adorable. But the reality is
He said that's adorable.
Adorable,
that's
son.
that's
Yeah.
adorable. And here's the thing. That is a fantastic mindset to have, guys. It is. But I'm going to tell you why it's not optimal. The reason why it's not optimal,
Don't keep your girl on her
because
toes really either.
girls nowadays have more sex.
They probably have an exception to the rule, girl, though. So that's why their situation is the way that it probably is, bro. But nowadays, bro, if a girl understands she's replaceable, she's on her best behavior, bro. She's going to give you the best version of herself, just like you giving her the best version of yourself. So, you know, just like you know. So, because she understand that another girl will take your place if you don't do what needs to be done as my wife, you know?
Sexual partners, right? And since girls are more sexually experienced with the opposite gender and understand
And a lot of people say they disagree, but they can never elaborate and back up their points, bro. I say I agree, and I always back up my point. I say I disagree, I back up my point. The people that go disagree in the comments, oh, I disagree, you did like that. Elaborate your point, bro. That's why in most of my comments, bro, when they type something, yeah, you just a lame, you just a 18-year-old that just won't fuck a lot of girls. Oh, you support Fresh and Fit. Oh yeah, you lame too, blah blah. All that extra shit. I just say elaborate, bro, because they can never explain their point. They just try to shame.
how to navigate the sexual marketplace and the dating marketplace. A girl's strongest superpower, right, as I said before, is you not understanding yours. And when you haven't hooked up with enough girls and you don't know how women really are and you don't understand female nature, which you can only acquire that through dating and sleeping with girls, what's going to happen is you're going to get finessed. Now, it used to be you could find a nice girl next door and she'd be okay and you wouldn't have to worry about it and have all this experience, etc. But nowadays, for you to be able to come into the relationship as an experienced male who's been through other women, you've made money, you've been to the gym, etc., I would say 50 is a good place to be because a lot of these girls have high body counts. Now, Is it going to be possible that you can find a girl that has a low body count that's going to be okay with it, etc.? There's always exceptions to the rule.
Yeah, I feel like my girlfriend has a lower body count than me.
Yeah.
And I think I'm going to marry her. You know,
Yeah.
I think she's the one in the future. So I don't feel the need to go out there and sleep with more girls.
Yeah, but if you did, right, what ends up happening also is that it makes you a very good judgment on which girls are worthy of giving a relationship to and which ones aren't. It gives you that experience so that you have, how do I say, you know what's good and what's bad. But the problem is that a lot of guys, they get shack up with the first girl they get, right? And that girl might be a chameleon. That girl might not necessarily be worth a relationship, but they're not able to tell the difference because they're not experienced with women.
Why do you necessarily need to get that experience though from sleeping with them? I get maybe going on dates.
That's a good question.
But
That's a
why
good question.
sleep with all of them to know that? So I know as a man, like when the woman is someone that I would respect and I want as a partner.
Yeah.
I've also learnt from other people and just social media and speaking to people that all these girls are wild. You know, all these girls ain't shit. So when I've got it on lock and it is good, why fuck it? That doesn't make any sense. Like, why ruin it?
I have to be honest with you,
Yeah,
just
go
so
ahead.
you've got a bit of history as dad and son. I mean, realistically, Curtis has found a particularly lovely girl. I mean, she respects the family. You know, me and my wife.
Yeah, so he have a exception to the rule. He have a very rare, like Myron said, he got lucky. Just like me, we got lucky, my brother.
Respects Curtis. She's very intelligent. She's just a lovely person. So I think he has got an exception there, to be perfectly honest. From my experience, I'd say he's got an exception.
Yeah, and I'm sure he probably does. But in general, you know, I tell guys not to wait for the exception. You got to understand the generalities of how a lot of women move. So when it comes to because your question was, if I'm not mistaken, was why have sex with them, right?
Yeah.
Because-
why do you need to have sex with them?
Because that's when you've conquered the girl and you've pretty much figured it out. Because the thing is that, and I'll explain what I mean.
These are my
by this.
favorite pods.
Yeah,
Conquered the girl.
yeah. So, and the reason why I say that is because when girls deal with men, right, there's two, it's a dance between the two genders, right? The woman is trying to leverage sex for some kind of compliance from you, whether it's more dates, resources, time, something, right? And the man is trying to get sex without giving up everything that he has to. But let's be honest here. Most of the time, the girls are winning this, you know, head and shoulders above guys where they're getting whatever they need. And the guy is, you know, sitting there still spending resources. And sometimes he doesn't even get it. So as a guy, right, your job is to get the sex as quickly as possible, get it over with, and figure out who she is. Because girls will play a front, right, and act a certain way or behave a certain way before they give up the box. So I say, guys, experience a multitude of different women because you're able to figure out which girls are good, which girls are bad, etc. And 50, I think, is the bare minimum in the Western world because these girls are out here. There's chicks that get that in a semester in college, right? As women are becoming more educated, chasing their careers more, etc., their body counts are going up alongside it. So I just don't want guys to be in a situation where they're dealing with a girl who's more sexually experienced than he is. She's able to manipulate him, play a certain role. He can't see the difference because he's thinking with this head and not this head because he hasn't dealt with enough girls. He marries this girl or he commits to her and then bam, he gets divorced, raped, or destroyed, or you know, he gets cheated on, whatever, because he didn't know better. So I think the guy's got to be in a position where he understands his value and he can.
All right, I'm in there right there. We're going to do a part 2 on that shit.